Eyes on the stack, never crack under the weight. Deck building, architect deciding your fate. Draw for the answer, the board's looking red. Calculated silence while they lose their head. The logic is lethal, the strategy cold. A master of tempo, a story untold. Pressure is oxygen, fire in the lung. The anthem of victory already sung. Mulligan menace. Mulligan menace. Ruling the arena, we're keeping the menace. Keeping the menace. No man is screwed, no rhythm is broken. Only the truth of the strategy spoken. Top deck the hammer, the combo is prime. Stolen the initiative, frozen the time. From deep in the shadows with power in hand. A king in the pixels, a ghost in the land. We play for the win while they play for the luck. Watching live total get lower and stuck. Mulligan menace. Mulligan menace. Ruling the arena, we're keeping the menace. Keeping the menace. Mulligan menace. Yeah, we don't just build the decks. We build the void. Stream is live. Join the menace. Eyes on the stack, never crack under the weight. Deck building, architect deciding your fate. Draw for the answer, the board's looking red. Calculated silence while they lose their head. The logic is lethal, the strategy cold. A master of tempo, a story untold. Pressure is oxygen, fire in the lung. The anthem of victory already sung. Mulligan menace. Mulligan menace. Ruling the arena, we're keeping the menace. Keeping the menace. No man is screwed, no rhythm is broken. Only the truth of the strategy spoken. Top deck the hammer, the combo is prime. Stolen the initiative, frozen the time. From deep in the shadows with power in hand. A king in the pixels, a ghost in the land. We play for the win while they play for the luck. Watching live total get lower and stuck. Mulligan menace. Mulligan menace. Ruling the arena, we're keeping the menace. Keeping the menace. Mulligan menace. Yeah, we don't just build the decks. We build the void. Stream is live.
All right, how's it going, everybody? Oh, we gotta get the right screen on here. There we go. We are working on a new deck. I saw this Kin to All. Thought it was kind of a neat card to work with. It's a 5 casting cost card, and it has flying, 5/7, and at the beginning of your end step, if creatures you control have total toughness 10 or greater, you draw a card. And then if a creature you have total toughness 20 or greater, untap each creature you control. And then the third one, if creatures you control have a total toughness of 40 or greater, each opponent loses half their life rounded up. It's pretty easy to get to 10, especially considering this has a butt of 7 already. And I have a couple other things here that gives counters, got a lot of cheap creatures with back ends to them. And we're going to just test this out. I just kind of threw this together. And we're going to give this a little whirl to start with. And we'll see how this does. This is the first iteration. It's going to need a lot of work, I'm sure. When it goes first, we will keep this one. We do have some cheap rhinos. So we can do Innkeeper's Talent into a skirmish rhino. We have to discard one. You know, unfortunately, I think it might be better. I don't think we're going to be able to get there fast enough before we have to discard it anyways. Let's go with the talent here. And then we'll follow it up with the rhino. We can also get rid of this if we needed to. Hey, Chunky, how's it going? Congrats on your Mythic. You mentioned you just hit Mythic, right? And with the discard, this is a good one to discard because we can still play that. What deck were you using for your Mythic run? We'll pay 2 life, get the Rhino out. That's going to do 4 damage. I got some removal. Yeah, we're playing some rhinos. Do have the Kin to All is the main focus of this deck. Discard 2 cards. We might want to do the Scrap Shooter. But if we just get another rhino down, that'll be pretty good too. Let's do the Scrap Shooter. I think it has more upside because we can... Well, we discarded the rhino. Let's go with... Did he turn these on yet? Okay, we're going to wait for him to turn one on to blow the mana on that. We'll put it on here just so we get the extra damage in. Orzhov deck. Oh, that's awesome. I'd be interested to see it. Sounds like it worked well for you. All right, they turned one on. They left removal up. So we can destroy one of these. We should probably put the counter on the other ones. That way we could turn this on. We're missing our land drops. Let's do this. Could have waited to do this to see what they did during the turn also. I'm expecting them to remove this one. We'll throw the counter on the other rhino. Yep. They're already down to 7, and we got some beasts here. Yeah, they got 4 mana now. Saboteur. That's a decent blocker. Unfortunately, for them, we can do quite a bit of damage here. We could even give land. All right, so we can actually give land double strike. No, let's do it this way. We'll cast this first. We'll put the counter here. We can plus all of our creatures. And then An additional counter to a creature. Let's go with this one. That way they all have plus counters on them. And we'll give that one lifelink, because he's probably going to block anyways if it has double strike. You know what? I should have done double strike with the trample. I didn't even think about that. I forgot about the trample on this one. Hey, thanks, Turd Gobbler. Appreciate it. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, GG. Double strike on the trampler, yeah. Definitely should have done that. I forgot that it had trample. Definitely neat ability for that card. For those that haven't seen it, this is a deck I whipped up today. This is probably our second game that I've ever played with it. The whole idea was kind of going around Kin to All. And to be honest with you, I don't know if this is actually the best, but this creature allows you to draw a card if you have 10 toughness or more, and that's easy to do. You pretty much just need 2 cards in play. But if you have 20 or more toughness, all your creatures untap at the end of your turn. And then if you have 40 or greater, the opponent loses half their life, which is kind of interesting. I don't expect to get to the 40, but you should be able to get to the 20 fairly easily. We have a lot of ways to get there. We have big creatures, 6/6s here. We got talents. This works really well with the Trudge as well for getting rid of things. This gives you counters on everything. We have the offense to give counters on everything to grow them. And then obviously you got the double strike. Cornucopia just works really well with the double and triple casting cost spells here. And then also just allows you to get up to these things faster. A lot of different tricks you can do. If I'm going to cut anything, I might actually cut the Cornucopia for the most part. It's just to throw more creatures in there. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Playing a lot of cards I haven't played before. Trying to find some interesting decks that are cards that people either haven't played in a long time or just haven't played at all. We have turn 2 talent. Let's try this. There's always something else I want to be doing on turn 3 rather than the Cornucopia, so I don't know. Get that tapped. Talent down. Well, I think we might just do this turn 2. Allows us to ramp a little bit. Another talent. We didn't draw a land either, so we almost need to drop the Cornucopia so that we can cast a Rhino next turn. Never could get it right. Well, we'll see what we can do here. You know, World Wagon wouldn't be a bad addition to this deck now that I think about it. This would probably be better than the Cornucopia. Let's sub out the Cornucopia for the World Wagon. Because we'll be able to turn on the World Wagon, and it counts as a creature at the end of your turn. You write a note. World Wagon. Alright, he's attacking in 4-5, no blocks. Got a Citadel. Get the Rhino down. Gain life. And no blocks. Or no attacks. Got 2 Innkeeper's Talents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can cast our Kin to All next turn. He's getting in for damage though. We're gonna see how this Kin to All plays. I did avoid putting Boraid in this deck just because it feels, you know, it'd be just too typical in a deck like this, but to be honest with you, it might be one of the better cards. Just do no block. Thanks for Origins. I just feel like if I went down the Boraid path, I'd just be kind of same deck as everybody else. I don't think that really does enough here. We did draw a talent. It's a little too late though for something like the Chocobo. Another land. This is gonna attack him for free. This thing's pretty damaging. Yeah, they got us on this one. Ooh, I got Ugin too. Yeah. GG. Let's look at World Wagon here. The crew is 4 on that, though. That's the issue. You almost have to hit a turn 2 talent for that to be relevant. I think what else? Yeah, it does feel like you're purposely handicapping yourself. I mean, really, it should be in this deck. It fits very nicely in here. That into this even's pretty good. Probably take rid of those. That's just a little bit too cute, I think. Do we try something like this? Probably don't need that many there. Probably want something more on the low end, too. You know, we could do something. I mean, I'm not saying necessarily Chocobo, but something on the low end that grows is not a bad idea. we do something like that just to try it out? Give this one a whirl. Chunky, I always like seeing your decks show up on the mtgdecks.com. I always get a kick out of that, seeing all yours. All right, we can actually start here with an early chocobo. Let's keep this. We go into a Hunter's Talent. We got the Boroids. Crab. Or Canyon Crab. If you haven't cast a spell from your hand this turn, you draw a card and discard a card. So they're going to be casting stuff on our turn, is really what they're planning on doing, it looks like. We'll pay 2 life. Probably should have paid 2 life. I don't need to get this down. Yeah, I was thinking this was the other talent. No attacks. They got a nice blocker. We should have dropped the Citadel last turn is what we should have done. Another land. That's not good. Hold it off. Try attacking in. See if they risk blocking it. Alright. Yeah, I get that. I feel that way sometimes too. Really, what I tend to do is I just cycle through decks. If I'm feeling really chaffed on the meta, I just cycle a deck. I don't play it, you know. And I find that, you know, sometimes when I get to my 3rd or 4th deck that I've been testing or trying out, all of a sudden you find one that hits. Lumbering Wagon's pretty good. I think we try to get that out. He's probably going to counter it. Interesting. Allows us to find land. You know what? We didn't put any basic lands in here. That was a bummer. Attacks. Alright, he taps ours down. I can't remember what lists I all saw. I think you had your... It wasn't the Black Ugin one, I don't think. Alright. I mean, I guess we'll try to get it out, right? Yep, they counter it. Yeah, this deck is going to need a lot of work. There's talent. Go for green. They kill it? Oh, jeez. They just had it all. They got us. Yeah, let me check out that Orzhov list. Oh, you got Elspeth in it too? How'd you like that other list you posted, the professor list? So let's check this out here. We've got... Let's fix the rest of pieces. Anything else I need to... Yeah. Okay, so it's a Hive Pool deck. Alright. Best Smite. Kaya's included in here. That's an interesting ad. I like that. Ketchermos. That's interesting. I suppose with the rest of the piece and the Pinnacle. I like having the Pinnacle in here. This obviously is kind of like a non-bow with the Star Cage, but you can get the Hive Pool out early with it. And it also works good with the Annex. I like the list. Let's give this one a whirl. I like the idea that you can drop the Elspeth and then put the +1/+1 counters on the slivers. I do like that there's also the Ketchermos. This is like kind of like pivoting from the kin binding and kind of splitting your win cons. I like that. Have kind of different ways to attack it. Yeah, Rest in Peace has a surprising effect against a lot of decks. You know, you got things like Reanimator, you got, is it Lessons even it can go after? The Black Sweeper, they can't pull cards with it. There's a lot of little tricks that getting rid of their graveyard. Rest in Peace just is the best graveyard removal card. And then it helps out with Ketchermos as well. So that's awesome. We can get that down next turn, but I think this is actually better. Because we're not going to have that turned on for a while. Okay, I'm going to get us discard our Elspeth or Ketchermos. Elspeth, yep. And we do have... I love that there's an Ugin in here too. I always love Ugin. 2 Elspeths in the deck. Or left in the deck, right? Alright, we will fire off the core. There's something to be said about doing Ketchermos first, just so they don't force us to discard it. Oh, seems legit just posted in the Discord a deck.
Aha. Now I know your weakness.
This is by far one of the more frustrating planeswalkers to work with. Let's get this into Ketra. We got a ton of land here. I mean, we can get Ugin down next turn if we can actually get it. Hey, seems legit. How's it going? Bulgari is such a fun color combo. We're playing one of Chunky's lists. It's an Orzhov, Ugin Elspeth list here. We're already down to 12. Okay, Drowner. Let's actually not... Oh, that's going to get rid of our Ketchmos, isn't it? Yep.
I just hate a fair fight.
And we'll turn this on. It might have removal, but we can block with it if not. And removal. Yeah, now watch us draw our Ugin or something. They're gonna sack the Drowner. Yep. At least we 1, 2, 3 can do. Wow, we can't do both. Wishful Chamber and hope they don't have removal. Yeah.
Control the fight.
You got us.
Control the outcome.
We kind of stagnated there in the middle. All right. We'll give this one another whirl. Yeah, Elspeth and Ugin in the same deck is a pretty fun deck, regardless. Hey Neil, how's it going? We're playing a list by Chunky actually right now. It's an Orzhov, Ugin, Elspeth, Slivers list with Ketchmos, which is kind of a neat idea. It also has Kaya in here. We'll try this one. Yeah, that restoration's a fun one. Doesn't work with Rest in Peace in this deck, though. Hey, Neil, I got your music at the beginning of the stream. Thank you again for putting the song together. Chaser's talent. We can do... I think we're going to just throw the Annex down to try to get more land. Oh, Core works pretty good too. They're doing their normal Izzet things. I gotta say, I recorded a couple videos today, and the Izzet players I played against were so slow. This guy's actually playing pretty quick. I'm pretty happy about that. Normally, the Izzet players I play against are some of the slowest players. What do we want to do here? We can... 1/1, nah. I think we just drop the 4 and then we can smite their creature. We get the gain here. That's nice to have that down too. We'll smite into Thrumming Hive Pool maybe if we don't see if they're tapped down. Ooh. Okay, well I guess we're gonna kill the show off here. Jeez, they're really going off here. So we'll kill the show off here, but then we're gonna Day of Judgment next turn. That's gonna be our new game plan. Is this worth saving 5? I think it is. It also goes to Exile, which is important. Alright, let's Day of Judgment. Got another one. I'm pretty happy about that, actually. Okay, they stock up, so I think since the coast is clear, let's get Hive Pool out. Elspeth. That's nice. Alright, they bounced our Hive Pool, unfortunately. Let's see here. What do we want to do? Only one card's in exile. We could try for an Elspeth here and create some tokens. Well, we can pay too. Let's hope they don't have another counter. Get some tokens going. Crab taps them down. Okay, they're playing the crab version of this. Okay, what are they pulling back? Boomerang to get another talent? Well, we got Day of Judgment that we can sweep the board as soon as they play their talent. Yep. I think we do the we can destroy the creature. Or we just I think we got a sweep here. Doesn't really feel good no matter what. Let's do this. Let's attack in. And then we'll sweep. We are going to betray them to get rid of their graveyard so they can't pull stuff back. Oh, shit. Yeah. I didn't mean to cast. I meant to cast Betray. And with plus. Oh, yeah. I did what you were saying. Sweet Betray. Yeah, I didn't mean to cast this until the end of their turn. I just grabbed that instead of Betray by accident. We're actually in pretty good shape. They can't pull anything from a graveyard with these. We're good with for our Ketramos, which is nice. 2 of their boomerangs are already gone. We'll be able to do a Hive Pool and a Ketramos next turn if they don't have a counter spell. Either that or we can just go right into Ugin. I mean, we're set up really well here. Man, I was just complimenting this guy on his fast gameplay. Now he's roping us? We'll take the salt, I guess. Yep, the salty ropes. I just feel bad because I was complimenting him on his gameplay for being an Izzet player. Normally they're the slowest players, and they're also the saltiest, I guess. I do really like this list. Oh, what are your thoughts on Kaya and how well she performs in the list? I mean, I think she does well for doing, being able to do the exiling and creating a token, but I'm almost wondering if you want something else in the list. Yes, it did. I mean, it shut down their talents that they had on board. And the nice thing is, you have what? 2 rest in pieces here. You have a couple strategic betrayals. So you have more than just, a couple. Diablo. The salt tastes so good. Hey, tree. Yeah, definitely. Definitely mad. All right, opponent goes first. Let's try this. We got 3 lands. Got removal for any hasty decks. We do not want to see counter control. We'll keep this. Authority of the Council. That does pose some issues with slivers and stuff like that. We can kill that with an Ugin eventually. A Judgment feels good. Alright, Boros so far. They're not really doing a whole lot here. I'm feeling a get lost for some reason. Lightning Helix. Alright. We'll take it. Hey, yeah, Flanker. Flanker's been good. We have a rest in peace. I think we just get the Kaya down. Start creating some creatures.
The crueler the opponent, the sweeter the victory.
Actually, let's surveil to find land, because we're short on land here.
Patience pays off.
We need to get our land. Exile that. Feels bad that we exiled that, but I just need to get to land. Yeah, it could be a Jeskai list. Pinnacle. Man. We'll do another +2 here. Jeez.
I've got the perfect.
I guess we'll do it this way. And then we'll just cast the rest in peace here. Just guy, and they're just not hitting their blue. Is that what you're thinking? Ooh, he destroyed it. All right.
Fix things.
Well, that actually helped us. Thank you, kind sir. Now we're up to 6 mana, and we only had 3 last turn. They did shuffle our deck, though. We had the 2 good cards on top, but we can get our high cooldown. Yeah, they're not doing great themselves. The council is really good with the hive pool, though. If we get a land, we can get rid of that, though. Have to gain life. Didn't get our land. I'm not going to attack in because I want the additional land for casting Ugin. Well, they split up. Yeah, that gets rid of 2. See what else they got going on. My turn. Gain 2 more. Hey, we got the land. We're gonna kill this thing finally. Alright, GG. I'm liking this list. I can see why you went to Mythic with this list. It just does have a nice play pattern to it. I like the idea where you mixed in Ketramos in this so that you have kind of 2 different play patterns. We do have the Sneakling for an earlier Hive Pool. We have the Betray and a Day of Judgment to just handle the field here for a little while until we get our Hive Pool down. I don't think I've played a Rakdos deck in a while, actually. I'm going to have to look. Turn. Play that at the end of their turn, and that way we can start getting some damage in. All depends on what they play. It's probably not long for this world, to be honest with you. You might see a Hex real quick here. Yep, there's a pause there. There's probably a Hex. Alright, Shrine. Let's just get that tapped. We did draw an Elspeth, which is nice. We did have a really fun Rakdos deck on the channel that we actually built on stream. I want to say that was probably 2 months ago. And I actually made a video on it, and it was a really fun one. It had to do with mixing the artifact that could attach to a creature to do extra damage, and we were putting it on Slasher. We can do that. Let's get Kaya. We just start doing the surveil.
Glad to be.
Because we want to get our land here. That's good.
A breakthrough.
We'll just do that for now. Yeah, Op could have waited. Alright. I'm going to get rid of our Kayas.
Hit a dead end.
We're going to see our deck. Unfortunately, this also means that the deck gets shuffled, so we don't get the land that was on top. We got a different land, though, so that's good. We'll get this one out, see if this thing sticks, or if they got another way to remove. This might be like an exile everything deck, we'll see. It kind of feels like an Ugin deck in a way. I've seen versions of Ugin decks this way. Core. Alright, they're up to 6 mana next turn, plus 1 if they draw. Yeah, we'll block that. Alright, we have Ugin mana next turn. I think we just get this down. We'll attack in with the 1. Just block. That's fascinating. Does he have Sweeper of some sort? Destroy all artifacts. Oh, that's a bummer. Soul Guide. Alright, well, we like things getting exiled, so he's kind of helping us on that front.
More heroes for the cause.
Yeah, the end can be slow. You can only really run 1 or 2 copies at most. That's his 3rd Explorer in the top 15 cards. I guess I'd rather have this Explorer. Okay, well they're gonna be doing Virtue of Persistence. Okay, well we can remove their graveyard with Betrayal. Do we just let this through? I think we just let this through. Kind of Ugin too. It may seem weird, but I think this is more important. Because the Ugin actually can kill this after they Virtue. And we can actually put them on a 2 or a 3-turn clock here. And then we got the Ugin as a backup. Persistence is kind of like taking a turn off if they try to cast that. Okay. That doesn't stop the attackers in the air. And we still can get an Ugin. Yeah, the end really does feel like a turn off in a lot of ways. Okay, that doesn't block that. I think we just dropped the Ugin for the card draw. Back in. Alright. Do they have a solution here? Alright, GG. You've been playing a mono green Skull Spore Nexus deck with Galta, or Glata, and Trudge. Yeah, there's some fun ones. I've done the mono green Skull Spore deck. And then I went into, that was the one the day after I posted the video on the Demon Hunters one, where it did the Skull Spore Nexus in the Demon Hunters deck. What list are you playing, Neil? Kind of curious. Let me go back. I want to see if we still have the mono green list in my decks here. I've been working on a new version of the Demon Hunters. Nah, I think I might have removed it already. I'm gonna play another one of this though. Hey, a Flashist? I just play budget mono black decks and hope my enemy concedes after a turn 1 duress. Yeah, you can actually do good with budget mono black decks. I mean, obviously you're not going to win the same rates with a deck like that, but you can definitely still do it, especially with discard. You can just frustrate people with that. We'll keep this one. It's a little slower, but we'll try it. Let's get this out. Them playing blue, I'm tempted to get the Annex out if they tap out. Cub. We're going to try to get the Annex out because we want to find sweeps. Okay. Probably 4 into Rest in Peace. Okay, they're ramping up here quite a bit. We just don't have any removal and we're just trying to find it. Ooh, there we go. So that's the removal we were looking for. And the funny thing is, you only get the Badgermole Cub because this gets exiled and it comes back into play. Does slow him down a little bit here. Here. Grab the land card. Did find a Day of Judgment, so we can. I think we just keep ramping at this point. Another core down. His next turn. I kind of want this to come to the play before we do the Day Judgments, just so we can have an answer for it. I'd love to find an Ugin or something. Elegi's cool card. Feels slow. It can feel slow. Ooh, they get that back. All right, we're gonna have to do our sweep ahead of time here. And then we can follow it up with the Betrayed next turn if that works out. Get that. We Day of Judgment to start. We still have 4 mana left over. And then we get our Annex out. Just try to find another sweeper because he's loading his hand back up. Alright, they're filling up their yard here. We want to get our rest in peace down here. I guess the betray will get rid of that anyways. I am digging this list here. Let's get Kaya down here. Surveil, try to find some good stuff.
Dispelling phantasms makes me feel good.
Surveil.
Keep calm.
The hive pool, don't really care for this one. Sure. We could flash in Sneakling at the end of their turn. That'll give us a cheaper hive pool. This will only cost 3 with this being in play. Put out a token? Yeah, I suppose you're right. I was also thinking I could just Sneakling in and then get her to do it too. I like the idea of trying to find something with her, though. Plus, it gets more stuff in Exile. I guess we have enough in Exile now, don't we? 3. Yeah, we have 7. So we have enough to turn on Ketramos. You just gotta find her. Find him. Okay. They're gonna exile those? Let's just get this out so that we don't lose life. They lose life. Some neat, cheeky little switch there. All right, come on, buddy. We got a strategic betrayal. But let's do this. Let's do Hive Pool first. Pinnacle Star Cage. I realize that gets rid of our steam. Strategic Betrayal them. I wanted to get rid of the abundance here. And then we'll create a token. Felt like a really good turn for us. Yeah, it didn't matter. I didn't need the extra mana, so they just would have disappeared anyways for the 2 cores. Okay, what are they going to bounce? Hive Pool and Kaya? Well, that's the funny thing is we can still get Kaya out.
I like a good fight. Notice
And exile. Oh, hold on here. After that,
I have identified the suspects.
get our Hive Pool down, and we'll get our rest in peace. And we got a Day of Judgment too. That's nasty. We're sitting pretty good here. Yeah, I could have attacked in first. He could have blocked. Yeah, I guess you're right. I should have attacked in first rather than used. I mean, I guess I wanted to get their graveyard empty, so I don't know if it would have mattered too much. But yeah, I should have attacked in first because I had the high pool. Let's turn these on. They could blow us out here if they have like an Aetherize. Otherwise, this is just lethal. He had an Aetherize. I named that one. Let's get another token.
Killer can't silence everyone.
We don't have core in play, so we actually take damage here. Oh, that could have been a blowout. If they would have cast a big one of those. We didn't get to tap very good here. We'll block this. Okay, we can cage these. Yeah, I'm not too upset about that. Yeah, if I didn't rely on the auto tapper, I could have had the smite available. Let's get another land in. All right, thanks, Neil. I'll check that out after this game. Got a lot going on here. Okay, well, I guess the Star Cage is not going to do it anymore. We got to do a Day of Judgment. We'll attack in. They're going to die anyways, so you might as well just attack in and see what they do. Yep. Exiled it. That's coming back. Let's get that down. We'll get this down, and we'll create a token. That way we can exile here if we need to. We also can block. They're going to draw here. The Ancestral. They're back up to 7 cards in hand. Down to 21 cards in deck, though. Wouldn't you have to double... I guess you could have double smited, right? When you say you could have smited. Because it does 3 damage. I don't know if we had enough mana to do that, actually. Okay, he's going to kill Kaya here.
This can't be how it ends.
right. We do have another Day of Judgment here. Man, they're bouncing them again. Okay. Well, I can hold them up this time. Ah, yeah, you're right. It would have. But I was doing. Yeah, I could have done both. Yeah. You're right, that was the correct play on that one. Chunky. He's trying to bounce the Star Cage. Okay. We need to get rid of this Emeritus. They're just hanging in there. One Star Cage. And a Sneak Wing. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting one, this spectral restitching that he's doing with Emeritus. Especially because it enters prepared, so you get to cast multiple Ancestrals. So what is he up to? 3 Ancestrals, I think they cast so far? That's pretty strong. Especially when you have other spells like the Regent. We're going to try getting rid of the Emeritus. Emeritus, sorry. Not Emeritus. Emeritus. Pronounce it correctly. I'll be honest with you, I'm thinking I'd almost rather have a couple Get Lost than the Smites. They can exile it. Yeah. It's a blowout. We'll take 6 here. I think the Get Lost is still better than Erode in a deck like this. Alright, we can bring him down to 4 there. We can destroy a creature with flying. Or we can destroy one. I mean, do we even try to go after that thing again? We'll try it, but. He counters our spell. They've got this game, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards in their hand. This is insane. Yeah, he stabilized and took over on the back of Emeritus. We just get the high cooldown. I mean, to be fair, he casts, what, 3 of those Spectrals? I think we went wrong with this Aetherize. We shouldn't have attacked all into that. Because really, we were saying that's the only thing that could blow us out. And of course, that was the one thing he had. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 on board. We'll gain 2 here. They're down to 14 cards in their deck. They can make a land, though. Well, that doesn't do a whole lot. We can smite the Sky Coach Conductor. That was pretty strong for them. Yeah, what are you thinking? What are you thinking for the smite? Because in a matchup like this, it just doesn't feel good. They got 13 cards left in their deck. I don't know if we even have any. We do have 1 Day of Judgment left in the deck. Yeah, definitely. I could have played that much better to win this one. It was reckless to attack all in on that one. Let's see here. I meant to cast a smite there. Get rid of that. $14 damage. We're alive for 1 more turn. We get rid of this. Let's see here. What can we do here? 4, 5, 6, 7. So we could get rid of this and attack him with both cores. But that just means we got to rely on them not having anything else here, which is unrealistic given their hand size. Oh, yeah, targeted the prepared one. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. It's another way we could have won, or helped us win, I should say. Okay, let's do this first. This is our only shot at winning, but I doubt they have to have something in hand here, so we'll go for it. I have another Aetherize. Alright, GG. Yeah, we definitely could have won that if we played or did a different play pattern on that. Let me check out that list there, Neil. Alright, we got it here. Let me load it in. Yeah, that was a fun deck to play against, actually. I really like that one. That's one I'd like to try playing sometime. All right, what do you got here? One more skull port. And we'll craft that. Oh yeah, you know, I seen this list with the cheering crowd. I played against it today. A very similar list, and I thought it was kind of interesting because I was trying to do a sweep or destroy all. I was playing the dragon, which you could sweep with, and I was going to do 2 damage to everything, and then he put a counter on this, and I couldn't do that. We'll just call it Skullport Nexus. All right, Neil, let's give this one a whirl. I did like the revamped version of this compared to the one I played, what was that, 2-3 weeks ago now on the channel? Yeah, absolutely, Chunky. It takes a while to kind of learn. Neil can account for that because he had me play the mono blue elemental deck, and I did it on stream, and I was terrible at it. Doesn't help playing on stream because you got to kind of be focused, especially being with a new deck like that. Then I played it in a video, and I ended up going 23-1 with it. So definitely, yeah. Tomorrow is 6/7, absolutely. It's actually my wife's birthday, so she's lucky enough to be born on that day. We will go for an early elf. Word around. Got a Galta. Let's get the crowd down, because if we can rock steady, we can get a cheap Galta in a couple turns. Yeah, I want to work on that Rhino deck. It's just a fun deck. The matchmaker is out for it. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, we'll take a counter on it. Badger Ball. Get here. Get this out. We'll be able to get a cheap Galta next turn if everything stays the same. Of course, we're playing against black, so that doesn't. And they're probably up to 5 mana too next turn. Actually, more because of the cheering crowd. Yep, there's the sweeper. Oh well. We helped them get there. That's the downside of that. Yeah, happy birthday to her. Thanks, Chunky. Thanks seems legit as well. Alright, he's killing our Bebop. That's not good. Yeah, this is the glass cannon portion that you're talking about, Neil. We just get this out. Worst part is he knows what's in our hand, too. See if we can get lucky here. Yeah, they destroyed it. Or Arborate. Ain't gonna stop the Fire Lord though. What has everybody been playing deck-wise lately? I know it's the end of the set here. We actually have some previews this week, or I shouldn't say previews, but we got the early access this week. I'm not part of the early access, but we're going to be seeing some gameplay from YouTubers with the early access. I think they got us on this one. Let's give her another whirl. Any good cards that people are looking forward to in the new Marvel set? I think I would like to try to assemble the Fantastic Four. I think that'd be a fun one. They combo so well together that I just think it'd be funny to have all four out at the same time. That might be kind of tough to do, though. All right, we got the Twitch down. A lot of ramp here. Early access is either Tuesday or Wednesday of this week. Yeah, post it up. I'll try the deck. Why can't I play it in rank queue? That's all I play. Let's go with the Vegetable Cub. I'm a little hesitant to go to the crowd. I think this is just better right now. Especially because we have nothing to feed into for the cheering crowd. You should know by now, Neil, I'll play anything in rank queue. That's why you'll often see me flounder at certain ranks, because I'll play so many decks in rank queue. I play everything in rank queue. I guess we just kind of got to go for it, right? We should have got this out so that we could have started spending lands. Attacks and turn. Did they take it? Our instructions. All right. Mulligan until you have at least one land and a 1-mana fetch land spell. Get all 7 lands on the field. What's the win count? We'll pull a list up after this game. All right, they got Sapling Nursery. That was pretty good for them. Look at that art. That's a slick one. I like that. Get this out. Get that down. We did tap Twitching Doll. We should have done that to get counters on it. If you don't have Aurora Awakener in your hand, use Archduke's Charm and their end step, or use Analyze the Pollen with the exile from the graveyard cost to find him. Okay. Alright, they got their Hydra. Okay, they got another. They can tap their Fabled Passage. They'll get another 3/4. Yeah, I missed them. Kind of upset that I missed the Twitching Doll trigger last time. Play him and then copy him. This is a glass cannon. 48% win rate. Oh, you're speaking my love language here, Neil. I love those decks. I missed the tap again. Look at that. Alright, I don't think we're going anywhere because we're not finding anything here. We're not finding our payoff cards. Let's just do an all-in attack and then concede. But he can cast Aurora. The win con is guaranteed. All right. We'll just give this to him. All right, let's check this deck out, Neil. What is with your decks and me having to burn wild cards? Hopefully I have enough. You know, I don't think I have enough wild cards. Ooh, look at this. I do. All right. Grab the analyze the column. Awakener. All right, we're gonna give this a whirl, and I apologize ahead of time because I know I'm gonna screw it up here. We'll try not to though. And yes, we're playing in ranked. All right. Mulligan until I have one land and one mana fetch land spell. Well, we have one land, but we don't have one mana fetch spell. So we got a mulligan. Okay, we got it. And we'll keep this. Let's get rid of the root. Because I think we need the other ones to search. This definitely could be called a Mulligan Menace here. Yeah, throw the root. Alright. We'll bushwhack here to get our basic land. And I'm guessing we're going for blue? Or no, I guess you just have green. And then we're going to try getting up to 7. We're trying to get up to 7, and then Aurora Awakener is our next game plan here. Let's shared roots. And they have the Galta, so they're probably gonna be a win next turn. We'll see. And we can do a Glimpse of the Core and Bushwhack here, so that seems pretty good. We should just search here, I'm guessing, for our Aurora. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I misplayed that. We can use the charm to find that. Go for the Aurora. Yeah, it didn't have enough in the yard. I don't think it mattered. They went off on turn 4. Yep. All right, we're gonna get this, Neil. That's how the dinosaur deck rolls, man. That's why it's so fun playing dinos. Ah, come on, it's fun playing in the queue. All right, we got it here. Look at this. We got the, we don't even need a mulligan. Sanctifier. Okay, what does this card do? Basic land, okay. That down, we'll go for the base land. Basic land. This is all my rank. I'm in low plat. I don't really care about the rank. I'm not a person that cares about the ranks. Don't want to do pollen yet. Ugh. I think we just use this. To keep ramping. I would love to get rid of this if we could. We can. Charm to find Aurora. No! Alright. I saw Charm to find Aurora, so that's why I used that. Pollen that turn you wanted to do. I don't think it really mattered because we were gonna die this turn anyways. We wouldn't have had enough to get there. No. Alright, we're good. Let's try this again. So what turn do you usually win on with this deck? Because it feels like it's turn 6. I guess it could be turn 5, right? Let's give this one a whirl. Could be soonest turn 4. I suppose if you have everything in your hand. Exile a card. I think we do one of these. That's turn 3. I just don't know how you do this by turn 4. Exile Waxus? We didn't draw our land, so we're kind of already feeling behind it. Well, we'll exile it this time. Now we're just looking for one more land and our win con. 7 damage? Alright, we're gonna be dead next turn, though. So I guess we just lose, don't we? I don't get to end their turn for 2. I think I misplayed something that you were expecting. Yeah, let's give a game and show me how you expect it to work. You got this one. Fire up a game there, Neil. Yeah, it definitely is kind of like the Carnosaur deck, where it just kind of goes off. But you just have to get there. It has no interaction. Be gentle. Yeah, we'll go slow. We just want to see how it works, Neil. Let's fire you up here. I'm not going to do the discard deck on you. I want to see how fast you can get it pulled off. Because it just feels like if it's turn 5 or turn 6, it's too slow. you skipped your own rule there. You didn't play your turn 1 search. All right, here's the rule. You can't use the land from the cheering crowd, because I wouldn't normally cast that. You're not allowed to use that. Okay. Hey, you're not supposed to use it. So we're what? Turn 5? I think that's lethal for you, but I'll pass anyways. No attacks. Okay, so this is your turn 5 right now. No? Didn't get her? We'll try one more time here. Some of the plan cards from Marvel look interesting. That's the issue, is with the meta being so fast, a lot of the fun, interesting cards that aren't 3 and under casting cost are kind of unfortunate. Alright, we're going to your turn 3. We would have probably attacked in a bit of block. Okay. So this is your turn 4. I don't even want to cast that. This is your 5. You cast the Awakener, and then you can go off here. There you go. Got the Chandra.
Blaze through the multiverse.
Create a token, yep. This is the Awakener
Fire's
combo,
as
yeah.
flexible as I need it to be.
Chandra, create a copy.
Like a meteor. I love making new friends.
It's a cool combo when it goes off.
Fire's as flexible as I need it to be.
We'll check out your deck. Seems legit here in a little bit. I saw you post it. And you can attack in for the win. Cool. It is a neat deck. Like you said, it's very glass cannon-y, but it's a fun one when you can win with it. I can imagine how hard that is to play, especially against like somebody with counter spells. All right, seems legit. Share this deck, and thank you for sharing that one, Neil. I appreciate it. Uh-oh, missing cards. I'm out of wild cards here, just to warn you. Wandering Falls. How do I not have these lands? These are pretty old lands. I can swap those out for something else. Father to Son, Head Shredder, Arc. Is that all we got here? What's going on here? Seems legit. So what's the idea behind this deck? You cast Arc. Attack. You may have middle 2 cards whenever one or more lands in your graveyard. Them out of the battlefield tapped, and then you have the. Okay, that's the combo. Got it. So you need Arc and Hedge. And then use the Arc to mill. All right, let's find some lands here. So you have to have both of these in play for that to trigger, though, right? So you have to... The earliest you're getting this is going to be turn 5. Am I correct in saying that? Yeah, the shuffler is set up special for you to get lands, which is kind of funny. Because it looks at multiple hands and then picks the best one. Yeah, this one's going to be a little tougher to win with, I think. Let's go with green. Let's see here. Green. Jeez. Green, blue, and green, white. So you're looking for all the surveils, but... Because that just triggers and goes off. I guess you can't replace it with anything else, can you? All of them have to be surveil lands? do we got here that we aren't using? Hidden Grotto. Oh, we already have them in the deck here. I guess I can't play this if I don't have them. I don't have wild cards for them right now. Yeah, it looks like this is that one from Creative Combos. Yeah. Creative Combos is an awesome channel, so if you guys haven't seen them, go to MTG Creative Combos. He has some really fun decks. I get some decks from there to play on the channel. He always comes up with some interesting, fascinating decks to go and have fun with. All right. Unfortunately, we got to kick this one because we don't have the cards for it. I'm gonna play this one. This was the one we played today on the video. It's just a fun one. If you guys haven't seen the video, this is the whole idea. Actually, let's go back to the deck so we can show it first. The whole idea of this deck is it's really cheap casting cost cards, and they're very powerful cards as well. And we have the Ral Zarek to essentially pull back anything from the graveyard into play. All of your creatures in this deck are 3 or less, so everything in this deck can get pulled back. The big ones that you're looking at are Slasher and Oculus to pull back from this. Oculus is fantastic, obviously. The neat thing is when you put these, or when you do the manifesting as well, you're trying to find something like the Slasher or Revenants or nice ones that you can flip over. The other thing you can do that's kind of neat is if you do like a Ral gets under one of the manifests, you can just Bitter Triumph it back to your hand and cast it, and then -2 and pull something else out from the bin, which is kind of slick. You do have a Looter as well that can duplicate. And what's neat about this is you can either duplicate Oculus, but if you duplicate Slasher, you now have a flying Slasher. So even though it does 1 damage, you're going to take away half their life, and they really can't block it because of it being flying. Has a little bit of evasion there. We do have general removal in the deck as well. Bats just kind of help out. Bat is a neat one because a lot of times this gets hit with removal pretty quickly, and you can just call it back with the -2 on Ral Zarek. Kind of a neat way to play here. And then you have the Bitter Triumph for discarding, and you have Chart a Course for card draw, as well as discarding the Oculus. So we'll give this one a rip. Yeah, that's a fun one. I really wanted to build around Ral's ability to get the creatures back, and I love Slasher is one of my favorite decks, so I really wanted to give this one a rip between those two, and Oculus just fits in there so well. And then you have Chart a Course that I've always loved. Chart a Course that used to be a staple in Standard at a certain point, but it works out really well in this deck. Bitter Triumph is obviously another great removal spell as well. So in this case, we have Oculus that we can throw in our yard, and then we have Looter as well that we can get into play and hopefully turn it into an Oculus. Cosmogoid? Be an interesting way to play the deck. Let's get this out. We will go for black. I don't expect this to live, but we'll throw it out there. Well, they stock up, okay. Fortunately, we don't have a way to discard this yet. Well, Slasher's just a good one. The other thing about this deck that I like is 3 cast cost isn't very much. You could just cast the Slasher. It's not like you have to reanimate it. The only card that's a little tougher to cast is Oculus, just because of its ability that you need to exile 6 cards from your graveyard. You'll get there pretty quickly, and we just found our discard answer here. Let's attack in. See if they have any shenanigans before we do our attack step, or after attack step. Okay, get lost. Okay, we're gonna force both of us to discard. Withdrawal. See if they have a counter though. Yeah, negate it. Yep. We might as well do this. Get an additional land out of it. No, how's it going, boys? Is that Sloth that does that? No, MTG Creative Combos, he's kind of a... There's no knock on him, but he's kind of a nerdier looking guy, and he's always is in the lower right-hand corner. Has glasses on and everything. Chart a course here. Get rid of the Oculus. I don't want to risk attacking in here. We're just gonna turn this on for the Oculus, and just hope he only has like a counter, because he could have. Yeah, he had something to kill it. Bummer. Let's go with the bat here. Unfortunately, we're not playing against a creature deck, so our removal is pretty useless. Well, they got the Jess guy. Get their other Jess guy out of their hand. And let's do Strategic Betrayal. That's unfortunate. The Discovery actually is kind of like a free card draw for them. Yeah, stock up. Here they go. So is it Sloth? It's not Sloth. Who is the guy that does that? What's up, guys? He has like a little girl for his icon. I can't remember what the name of him is. Like a little anime figure or something. Let's bounce this just so we got a draw. He got a counter, did he? We have an Oculus with 5 cards in our graveyard. I say we just discard a card, kill this, discard a land. Fire this up. We'll attack in. We're gonna go after it. Okay, let's do Oculus. Hold on. To do Oculus, we gotta go for the bitter. Boom, boom, boom. We don't want to grab the other Oculus. And that way we keep the creatures in the yard. So I get the Manifest Dread. That's the reason why we did that. We get another Oculus, which is fantastic. So he's gonna get rid of one of these. Oh, you can kill the other one. Yeah, never mind. Bummer. And we only have 4 left in the yard. Tap. Get our slasher down. I think we're dead here. We're just letting them play with their food here. Yeah, there's a lot of great Magic creators out there. Some of my favorites are Jay Villain and Abaji are fun. I talk with those guys quite often. Abaji MTGs is actually me and him. He was the first creator I actually talked with when I started doing my channel. So, really good guy. Yeah, they got us. They're just doing Jess guy stuff. Yeah, hyper aggro, hyper control. That it really is the aggro here, or that is the meta. Really, mid-range decks haven't really been a thing for a while, at least in best of one. Let's try it. We have removal. We have a way to discard if we draw. Otherwise, we can just surveil. Do a tap watery grave. Moss wood. We can do that so that we can play our Bitter Triumph if needed. Alright, fine here. We're gonna get a Roland here. Do some surveillance. Yeah, I really enjoy Jay Villain. He's a good guy. One of the good guys making content. Surveil 2. We got a lot of land here. Kind of want to go back to the Orzhov list. We'll do that. I think we're gonna, after this game, we'll go back to the Orzhov list. That's a fun one. I was having a blast playing that one. We can betray and looter. Surveil first. Kind of want to keep looter on top, maybe. I have a feeling the other looter is going to die real quick. Let's do a strategic betrayal. That should get rid of that then permanently. The looter out. We have a core in hand. MTG on the play. I've seen some of his stuff. He has some good stuff. I think we played 1 or 2 of his decks on the channel at one point. Jay Valen's deck style is kind of, you know, ones I really like. He loves the black decks. I really enjoy all of the these stuff around there. Although he doesn't like Ugin, and I'm a huge Ugin fan, and he doesn't like sweepers. I like the black sweeper cards. Man, we're just not getting there here. A slasher, which we can pitch that. Get rid of that. I guess we should have kept one of those lands. Let's get this out first. So if we get removal, this is getting up there. By the way, we can start flipping coins here in 2 turns if they don't do anything here. They're getting here to Ugin mana. We can remove both of these. First, Surveil. I think we'll just do that. Let's... A3 life. Get rid of this one. Oh no, I want to leave this back. Just because he can fire up the core and attack into the Raw, and we don't want that. No attacks. I mean, he can do removal and still do that, but we don't want to make it easy on him. That's fine. Don't have an Oculus. Yeah, we do have the Slasher though.
Well, back to Ravnica.
Well, Bitter Triumph. There he goes. Got a Professor of his own, which we're going to do Bitter on.
Follow my instructions.
He'll kill our creature,
and
I
you
think.
might survive. Be gone from my presence.
I did draw that. I think we do this first. And Bitter. We'll take the damage.
These are the answers I need.
Copia. We're hoping they don't have removal at this point because we can turn this on to make him a Slasher. Deadly cover up, never mind. What is he getting rid of? Question. Slasher? Oh, he went after Raul. I guess Rawl's... I mean, Rawl's actually not as amazing now. Now that we have a full yard, we can just cast... Hey, there we go. Let's steal his card from him. Withering Curse. I'm actually going to do this and then re-steal Withering Curse. Going after the Deep Cavern. We are out of cards, though. They got us pretty much. I mean, they can fire up both lands, or both core and the cottage. We never found our Oculus. We do have the Slasher at least. Yep. They can still fire up and do 4 damage. That's a neat effect. The looter comes back into play. He's gonna get rid of our Slasher. I didn't even think about that. That's funny. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of ends tonight, haven't I, Chunky? Oh, we're getting land. Yep. GG. Alright, let's go back to the Orzhov deck. We're going to finish the night. We'll play probably 2 more games. And we're going to finish it with the Orzhov. The Chunky Orzhov list. If you don't mind, I might actually make a video of that one, because that's a fun list to play. Go with it. We got the Elspeth, Ugin, Kaya list. Ketchermos. Got it all in this deck. Let's keep it. Even got Thrumming Hive pools. Chunky tokens. The rest in peace down right away. Hopefully we're playing against Lessons. Otter. I think we just get this down for the card draw. So we can start getting our lands. Oh, pierced it. Alright, another talent. Do this. I'm just gonna keep the smite up. Be a little bit more aggressive with our removal spells just because we got the Ketchermos. Yeah, Rest in Peace is fantastic against the talents because the level 2 is just useless to them. First Lightning. Okay. Flow State. There's very likely they can just grow them larger. 3 more and this thing gets turned on. So we're going to try to smite. Oh, he's got it. Maybe we hold off. We'll do Betray next turn and then hold the smite. Because this isn't going to get turned on, is it? Unless we drew into something. We'll hold off. ruined or battered. I should say, we're best holding off in that case. We're going to do a strategic betrayal on them. Gets rid of one token. This should keep us alive another turn at least. Slick shot. Alright, that's what the spike can take care of. Tries to draw a card. Question is, are they going to go for the win? But they can't turn this on. That's the thing they've got to be aware of, right? You know what's funny? We can even block this now because they turn this on. And then we gain our life. And then we Elspeth the turn after. Talk about turning the corner. This is where we get the GG. That was fun. Couldn't have happened to a better deck. Alright, this is going to be the final game of the night. I'm really enjoying this deck, Chunky, though. Marvel Superheroes, let me... Neil, okay. The Serpent Society. Let me quick pull that one up and look at it. Serpent Society. Serpent Society. It is one colorless, black-green. It's a legendary creature, human snake villain. Death Touch. It's a 3/4. Has ward. Get 5 poison counters. Ooh. Poison counter deck. Whenever another creature you control with Death Touch dies, each opponent sacrifices a non-token creature of their choice. I'm wondering, is there going to be more poison cards in the deck or in the set? Because poison's fun, and there is quite a few poison cards out there already. You can actually build a okay-ish poison deck. We'll keep this, by the way. Waited too long for the guy, so I apologize there to him. Trailblazer, we're okay. Dark Cage might be able to do some damage, maybe not. Get this out. Okay, well, Star Cage is coming down. That pumps up for Ketra. Got another one. Another. Ooh. Do this, we'll create the 1. Because this can at least block 1 creature.
Questions? You've got answers.
And then if it stays around, we can also sack it. Okay, they pumped it. I might just Ritual Chamber next turn, actually. Okay. What are the guys doing here? We might have to just block the show off just because of the shenanigans they can do with it. Oh, has trample. Shoot, they both have trample. Not good. It's quite a bit of damage. Interesting. You know, it doesn't really matter to block too much. I'm actually not upset that they attack like that. Well, wish we had that last turn. Let's do this, and we can surprise them with the smite. If they cast anything. No attacks, we'll leave it back for blocking. Yeah, that ward is kind of interesting on there. I mean, they're just not gonna kill it. If they have any poison tokens, I doubt they would go after it. The Mind Stone's a very interesting one. The Fantastic Four cards, I want to just play them just for fun. I want to see if I can assemble all 4 of them. Well, let's do this. We will kill this one. Let's hope they don't... Well, they don't have any mana available. Oh, that was a mistake. I killed the wrong one, didn't I? I guess it does 2 damage to me. But this is turned on and we can block. We'll block right here. And block here. Oh, we have to double block. We gain 4 life. And we turn the corner. Let's actually get the 6/6 flyer as a blocker. We'll attack in, gain the life. And this also allows us to double annex if we get 1 land next turn. Alright, GG. We'll leave it in, I think, for Smite. We'll leave it in for now. I'm still tempted to swap it out for Get Lost, but we'll see. Because Get Lost still would have done the same thing that Smite would have in that situation. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what I do with it. But want to say thank you to everybody for tuning in tonight and watching the gameplay and everything. I unfortunately don't get to do the live streams as much as I'd like to, but it was great hanging out with all you guys tonight. Thank you, Chunky. Thank you, Neil. Thank you for the gameplay and playing with me, Neil, as well as all the decks that you guys shared. Seems legit. Thank you as well. You shared some decks. So always love interacting with you guys and just appreciate it. Appreciate you guys hanging out and chatting with me and watching the videos and all the other stuff. It's just really appreciate the positivity you guys share. So thank you. And have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of it. I know around here it's actually pretty nice weather, so we're looking forward to that. And I'll be celebrating with my wife, her birthday tomorrow. So that's gonna be a fun day all around. All right. Hope everyone has a fantastic weekend, and we'll be posting a couple new videos. Obviously, a new video every single day. We're going to continue that trend for a whole year. That's our goal. Otherwise, have a fantastic day, and we will catch you guys later.